What is going on, everybody? Brent Abel here, goldballhunting.com. Another episode of the Gold Ball Hunting Podcast. I believe this is number 356.
Whoa.
As we close in, I think we're now less than double digits to get to 1 year, Jeff.
Holy smokes.
Holy
Roly-poly.
roly-poly.
Moogly-googly and all the other weird words.
Yeah, that dude, obviously the great Jeff Jacklich over there. Guys, hang in there with us today with this episode because we're going to talk about that time or that situation when your doubles partner either is not as good as you are or happens to be on that day not playing as well as you are. So, guys, we got some advice for you. So hang in there with it to the end of this episode. So the big question is this: how are tennis players like us who never played in the tour, weren't incredible juniors, or maybe got a late start to the game, how do we consistently compete at our highest skill level without having to grind through endless hours of on-court practice time and still be in the hunt for victory match after match? That is the question, and Gold Ball Hunting gives you the answers by helping you eliminate your skill level range so that you build a strong foundation of confidence. My name is Brent Abel, and along with my biz partner, Jeff Jacklich, welcome to Gold Ball Hunting. Jeffrey, my man, what's shaking there, dude?
Well, we got the beautiful sky here, somewhere here in the Western Hemisphere. And today's the day I dropped my rackets off, my secret stringer, somewhere in the Berkeley area.
Oh, that could be.
So I've got my secret radio.
Crazy.
Yeah, secret radioactive string. It's gonna be ready to go for Palm Springs.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's a new string setup. It's radioactive. Yeah. It's
uranium coated.
You have to have
uranium. Yeah.
That's right. You gotta.
Comes with a lead cover.
I was gonna say. I'm sure you're. Anyway, I better not go there. I could easily go there and get off the rails on the Geiger counter.
Nuclear-free zone of.
Well, that's in Berkeley, right? It is Berkeley, nuclear-free zone, so that it makes sense.
Yeah. So it is, it's all disclosure. It is contraband, and I will be taking the back roads into Berkeley to get this done.
God. All right. Okay, good. That's great to know. Fish Ranch Road coming over from Highway 24 down into Berkeley. Yeah. And by the way, when I was a kid, there was actually a fish ranch up there where it was ridiculous. It was like a pond, right? And you'd go there and they'd give you like a bamboo stick.
Awesome.
And by the way, this is the name of the road is Fish Ranch Road. It goes from goes over the top of the East Bay Berkeley Hills from right where the Caldecott Tunnel is on the east side of the Caldecott, goes over down into Berkeley, right by the Claremont Hotel, Berkeley Tennis Club. But when I was a kid growing up there, my mom would take me up there to this fish ranch. They had a pond, and you would rent. I guess you'd rent. I don't know, some kind of bamboo pole with didn't have a reel, just had a little
just a string,
probably like a 10-foot line or something like this, and just a hook. And I'm sure they put on like the most tasty bait possible. I swear to God, Jeff, you would throw that thing in, and with a nanosecond,
boom.
And you thought you were fishing.
That's right.
And you pull it out, and I don't know how big it was.
Little hard salami and some Velveeta cheese on that hook.
Right.
Boom.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom would yank it off. I don't even know if we threw it back in or what. We probably did. And she'd put another thing and put it in there. Boom!
Fishing is the greatest thing ever.
I said, I'm good at this. Of course, you look at all the other kids; they're all yanking fish out right and left. And so, anyway, so guys, today, well, that's good. I'm glad you're going to go into Berkeley today. I'm here in the desert. Mine, I got some mixed doubles coming up here in about 37 minutes.
Grass
on the grass. Yeah, beautiful day here already. It's going to be low 70s in the
sorry to hear it
California desert. Anyway, got a little mixed doubles coming up. So listen, and my situation today won't be what we talked about earlier, which will be I've got a partner that's weaker than I am, or I've got a partner that's going to play weaker than, normal. I got a partner who's going to kick butt today.
The claw.
Oh, the claw, the lefty claw. And
lefty claw.
And it's just great because Mai's a lefty, so we put her over in the deuce court to return serve. So all I really have to do, I just got to get my return. I got to shove it cross court.
Yeah.
And then the claw is like this heat-seeking thing. and oh my God,
right?
It's crazy.
You just got to shove a little dumper return, little dump truck return, gets him down there to play in the dirt a little bit. Yeah. And I can just see Mai just like this. Just go ahead. In there. Yeah. Go ahead. Try and get through this defense.
Here's the best part about it is if the guy is up at net, right, and his partner's kind of sat one up for the claw, is the guy like, okay, well, Japanese grill, big deal, kind of digs in, and all of a sudden, boom, it's like this explosion. And usually, like the first time or two when the claw comes out, it might not actually go back into their court over there. It might be about 7 or 8 feet long, but it's so loud. It's so loud, and the guy goes, "Oh my God." Not only is it big, but I don't think she's got 100% control of it.
Right? Yeah. God, if I'd have got hit from that, I'd had brain damage.
And so then he goes to his partner, "You better lob from here on out, right? Or you better do that. You better not, whatever." So anyway, it's fun. It's fun.
Cool.
So talk about that situation as we were actually, before we started the recording, you were looking at your draw and at your mixed doubles draw.
Yeah.
And look, it's pretty common where you get a husband-wife mixed doubles partnership where one of the two, and typically it's the guy, but not always. I've seen lots of times where the gal played on the tour and the husband's just out there just having fun, and the gal's really good. But
played that match years ago, actually, when the Wilson was the A6, I think, back in 2014. I think I played with Pam Schultz, and our first round match, the gal was very good.
Yeah,
and the guy was actually the weaker of the two, and it was a tough match.
Yeah, well, and your opponent's mine. I played these guys a couple of years ago, and the guy's good. I mean, he's good, and he's playing with his wife. And look, I get it; it's fun. And he's a great guy, and he's not one of these stupid husband thugs who, thinks he's good, and he's really
cover the alley, honey. I'll take the rest.
Yeah, and he's just pissed off and she's just going, I hate every part of this.
Right.
Why did I allow you?
Why are we doing this? Right.
Right. This is just dumb because I know that after the match, I mean, we're obviously going to lose this match, and afterwards you're going to be a real jerk. So, but not the case for the guys you play. He's awesome. Really a great guy. He's just a great guy, and there are a lot of husband-wife teams that mine. I play the national husband-wife thing a lot, and there are a lot of teams out there where the guy is a whole lot better, and you can see they're just out there having a great time together. It has nothing to do with, and typically they'll maybe lose in the first round. I mean, and the guy's really good. Guy's super good, and he doesn't care, and she's having a great time. And I'm always joking with the gal going, God dang it, it must be tough having to carry that guy again. Right. Goes, yeah. It's just it's rough. So
really make it fun. I mean, that is fun. Here's a crazy thought, everybody. Actually enjoying the ride, having some fun. I'm really looking forward to being down there with some fresh strings in the racket. I got a racket that I'm really happy with right now. I just love the feel of it. I'm back using the Prestige Tour, and it just feels right in my hand. I'm squaring the racket to the ball. It just feels good. So I'm just like, throw me another pitch, man.
Yeah,
give me another chance to hit the ball.
Yours is a different deal. You're playing with someone who can flat out play.
Well, we're talking about a cannon forehand. I think she hits it harder than I hit my forehand. That's for sure.
That's not.
That's not. Of course, that's not saying much either.
Well, no, compared to hers, no one's even.
But this is kind of cool though. This is a combined 100 mix, so it's not husband-wife combined.
That's
it's
cool.
It's an open 100 combined mix. So
what that means, guys, is that the ages of the partners. Right. When you add them up, cannot be over 100.
Well, no, have to be at least 100.
I'm sorry,
but can't be over 120. So there's 100, 120, and 140.
It can't be under 100. It's got to be over 100. Say, all right, I hit a 50-50 shot on that thing.
Yeah, hey, I like you.
I mean, you would think after playing the husband-wife, 100s for the last 10 years, I might kind of understand how the thing worked, but
maybe.
Oh no,
maybe not.
So look, I mean, let's say though that you're in a situation where you're playing either mixed or men's doubles, right. and for whatever reason, and let's say that you've decided to play with someone who's not anywhere near your skill level. What's the worst thing you can do in that match?
Worst thing I can do
is the worst attitude you could have.
Well, first is imposing expectation that is beyond one. If it's already known that they are, a level or two lower, imposing an expectation of some sort of Christmas miracle that they're going to play at a 5-0 level or some level that they just don't play, right? And so that's just most of the time that is the overshadowing kind of attitude or imposing that kind of energy on your partner, is this expectation, this unrealistic expectation that somehow they're going to make every return cross court, they're going to hit every lob perfectly, that they're going to have good quick hands, and all of a sudden, like I said, it's a Christmas miracle. They're playing like they've never played before. Now, there are days where that could happen, but the likelihood is that they're going to feel so overwhelmed and feel your energy just crushing them that they're going to have a worse than their level expected day. If they're a 4-0, expect them to play at 3-5 or even lower, because you're imposing this unrealistic expectation. The key to it is to be constantly encouraging, not to the point of being patronizing, but constantly encouraging with suggestion for both of you to be on the move, on the victory trail together. And so, if your partner all of a sudden misses 2-3 returns in one return game, even though you're going deuce add, and you keep winning your add and they keep missing the return and blah, blah, blah. The last thing they need to hear from you is some sort of an accounting, right? They don't need an accountant at that time telling them that they've missed every return so far. Yeah. But listen, I've heard it. You've heard it, where it's out there and it's like, oh my God, are you kidding me? There's only one person on this court that knows exactly how many returns they've missed in a row. Right. And that's your partner.
That's right. Yeah.
So what they need to hear from you is something a little bit more like, hey, you know what? They've got a tough serve. I'm catching it right. For some reason, I'm reading it good. But you know what? They got a tough serve. Let's do this. Let's collectively, you and I, teammate, let's start putting the ball up on the return. Just throw up a lob and let's take it from there. Let's just see if we can make them hit another ball. All right? Okay, let's go. We got this. They need to hear something that says you're not abandoning them and kicking them to the curb while you try and handle the whole court, because that's a classic scenario. And nobody wins in that situation.
Yeah, yeah.
Your partner is just like, just accelerating into the ground.
Yeah. That's right. Well, look, I mean, there's a couple of different situations. Number one, if you're partnered with someone who's a level or two below you, and you're playing against two other players who were your level, look, to me, the result's already a foregone conclusion. This is not about who's the best team today in this match. The chances are 99.9% that you're going to lose that match. That's right. Okay. That's fine. So what's the best experience that you can create for your partner, and what's the best experience that you can create for yourself in that situation? And the worst thing is, let's see if we can win this match. To me, it's more about how can I help my partner feel that they actually are playing against two top level players over there, and create a situation where they actually feel like, gosh darn it, I'm kind of in this thing a little bit. I'm actually playing some points here. I'm not really as intimidated as I thought I would be.
Right.
And because you've gone to that player and say, hey, where do you feel the most comfortable? Well, I feel the most comfortable hitting every ball as a lob. Baby, let's go.
Let's do it. Right.
Let's do it. And the other thing for you is in that situation where it's a foregone conclusion is I don't do what you just described, which is, we see people all the time. Let me see if I can play 2 levels above me so that I can bring, and somehow there's a skill level range average. And you're so frustrated doing that, as opposed to, all I'm going to try to do today is, based on what my partner likes to do, let me see how many times I can help him or her, put them into a situation where they feel like, man, I was in there. Yeah, we lost 4-2 to these guys, but dang it, they're going to their buddy going, I felt pretty good. Now, the other situation is where you've got a partner who's a couple levels lower than you are, and you're playing a team that's got the same situation. Now you get a chance to kind of strategize a little bit about, all right, number one, where do you feel the most comfortable? And to me, that's like the default question is, what do you like the best? And then let's see, can we figure out how we can strategize something to one thing? You don't have to go into this whole, let's pull out the West Coast playbook here and just find
and as my own personal preferences, I personally anyway don't like using signals. I like a quick, meet at the service line, a little quick, we have very short language, throw the hopper backhand. That just means, he's going to hit a kicker into the backhand side. It's just a term, right? Take it down the pipe. Okay. That's a serve to the tee. But that's terminology with one certain player. I've got other terminology with other players that just is born out of our combination, And so I like to have that verbal quick understanding, so there's clarity. Signals, I don't like no, yeah. It's like, for me, it takes my ability to actually read the situation and be and improvise, because I'm seeing something in that very moment of the guy. All of a sudden, the serve was supposed to be down the tee, but my server didn't hit the mark, and they actually hit one of the greatest jam serves of the century. I don't want to feel locked into, I'm faking. No, I'm going to go take this because they just coughed up, they just coughed it up. So personally, with a less experienced player, I think signals can become, just add another layer of complexity that doesn't need to be there.
Here's another situation where, and I hear this mostly from the guys, and the guy's a 4-0. Let's call him a 4-2. Benefit of the doubt. And he's playing with someone who's, close in skill level range, but they don't really like to do the same thing that guy does, right? I mean, like I hear, I like to be up in net. I think we should all serve involved. I think we should all chip and charge. I mean, doesn't it work best if both partners come up to net? It's like a rhetorical question. They're not even asking me for an answer.
Right.
Because then they go off and say, because my guy wants to stay back the whole time. How can I play with that guy? I can't compete with that guy, And I go, dude, look, this is a game. This is fun. This is tennis. You are not on the tour making money. And if they were on the tour making money, then go find a different partner. There are plenty of guys out there who are good.
Right.
You're at your own club. You've got a small selection of players, and you take who you get, and you guys get smart and
figure it out.
And you go, well, you like to do this. I like to do something a little different. How do we work it out together?
Right. Where do we meet where we're benefiting each other? Where do we meet where we're enhancing each other's ability to do what we do best?
Right.
Sutter and I, we won the Pacific Southwest in 2012 after I yanked the calf muscle halfway through the first set in the quarters. We won the 50s down there. With me, California hard court raised serve and volley are having to change now and become a serve and stay backer, because the calf wouldn't let me do it. I couldn't do it. So we changed our strategy. I ended up staying back.
Fine.
And just wailing on forehands.
John,
that was the basic plan.
Yeah. And you kind of after the tournament, you kind of go, this is not a bad strategy, man. This stuff kind of works.
It worked, right? And we figured it out, but it wasn't like, oh, Jackie, you're just going to have to serve volley. Can't not even on the table.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think that's, that's a big part of it, when you're playing with the player. And then there's the, the part too, when you're playing with, maybe your regular partner, you're both the same level, you're playing another team that's a decent team and everybody's basically the same level on the court. And, every match you're going to have, there's an ebb and flow to it where all of a sudden you're just hooked in, you're hitting your return great and everything's good. And maybe your partner's having a good game returning and all of a sudden you break them quick and then it comes around again. And then maybe the next time all of a sudden you both miss the return or two, or maybe just your partner misses all the returns that game. And it happens. And you know what? That's just keep encouraging your partner. Hey, no worries, man. Let's go. We got this. You're on this. Don't worry about it. Pick your spot and pull the trigger.
The worst thing you can do is fight it, right? You can either fight yourself going, I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to stop. And or going to your partner and saying, come on, man, come on, let's go. I've done that before with the partner.
And I would say this too, is that if you're having a tough day too, don't get lost. Don't get overly emotional and lost in apologizing after every miss.
Yeah.
Because all that does is create this negative air on your side of the net as well.
Right.
It makes it difficult for your partner to actually help encourage you. So I've been on that side of the coin where I've been the one where I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. I think it was the North-South senior event a couple of years ago, playing with Mark Nicholson. And I got to tell you, our first round match, I could not find the court. For the life of me, I could not find the court. And we're struggling. And I'm just saying, Nicky, and he was playing great ball. And, he was the reason we won that match. But I just kept telling him, Nicky, I'm coming, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. I'm here. And I was doing just enough that he didn't lose complete confidence in me, but I was also encouraging him. I was saying, I'm trying, Nicky, I'm here. So I didn't apologize after every time I missed the ball. I just said, I'm coming, Nicky, I'm coming. Eventually I showed up at the very end of the second set and in the tiebreaker. Yeah. I played some really great standard just ball. But it was great that he also was also helping me encourage, be part of this. He was, you got this, Jackie, hit your spot, just so.
That's, it's one thing to apologize. It's another thing to sort of make excuses. And, so look, I think we've worked this one because I've got to get ready to go play some grass court mix, by the way. And I'll be the weaker player out there with my partnership with my wife.
Does she have is my shake ready?
Jeff would like to know if his shake is ready. Okay. All right, guys, we got a couple spots left on Thursday. Or in less than 2 weeks, we've got 2 one-day workshops. Friday is sold out. Thursday, January 16th, we've got a few spots left in that workshop. And down here in the California desert. If you want in, if you're on the fence, you gotta jump on this thing now. The first thing to do, if you've not watched the information video, watch that first.
Yes.
Before you fill out the application. If you've already watched the video and you're on the fence, then then there's another link to the application. Get that thing filled out. Get it submitted. So we got a spot for you.
It's jam-packed. It's jam-packed with stuff. It's not just the day workshop. We're talking, match video and analysis. We're talking about stuff here that is. And again, we're not going to be talking theory here. We're going to be boots on the ground, guiding you through the day of warming up, preparing for this event, but also guiding you through okay, this is where you should really be living with your game.
Yeah. So, and when Jeff says we're not talking about theory, we're not going to say the same thing we've got 16 camper spots in those 2 days. We're not going to be saying the same thing to probably any two. It's going to be 16 individual. Dude, here's what you really do well. You do this one thing incredibly well. You don't even know it. So you know what? We're gonna help you put we're gonna help put you in situations where you get to do a whole lot more of that. This other thing that you're trying to do because you heard through some kind of hypey online video headline that you should be doing it, it ain't working out. It's just
not so much.
We're not working out. So we're gonna dump that, and we're gonna actually do the thing that helps you win. Win. W. The big dub. So guys, there's 2 links down below this video, or if you're at iTunes, a couple links there you can click. Jeffrey, what do we want to find folks to do right now? Yeah.
Sign up for the workshop.
Okay. All right.
Then like us, then share us, then subscribe.
Okay. Pretty demanding.
Comment below.
Yeah.
iTunes and Stitcher, rate and review, goldballhunting.com. And listen, if you're a listener and you're going to be around in the desert this month, we're going to be at the Plaza playing. I'm playing at the Plaza this next week. First match is Friday 9 a.m. mixed, the 10th, and then 1 o'clock is men's doubles, and then I'm also playing mixed and men's doubles at the Wilson. So opportunity to come down and meet Brent and I and chat and maybe kind of figure out that, hey, maybe they know something I need to know. Come on.
I think that's the ultimate question. What does Jeff know that the rest of us don't know? Come on down. Come on. All right, guys. With all that said, get out there. Help someone else have a spectacular day. Jeff will do this again tomorrow.
I can't wait.